Dave, take a look at this. The data shows the serious reality we're facing right now, and currently, over 36 billion tons of carbon dioxide are being emitted globally every year. And I think the number is still rising.
36 billion tons? That's shocking. I knew carbon emissions were high, but not this high.
Yeah, and to reach carbon neutrality, we cannot just reduce emissions. We also need effective carbon sequestration technologies to capture and store this carbon, while simply cutting emissions won't be enough. So the recent data here shows that since the mid-20th century, the concentration of the carbon dioxide has increased by over 30%, and from 280 ppm to about 420 ppm today.
So that means over the past few decades, the carbon emissions problem hasn't just remained the same, but it's gotten worse.
Exactly. Well, every additional 1 ppm of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere has a larger impact on the climate change and also the environment. Well, that's why we're studying the algae-based carbon sequestration. So here, algae can absorb carbon dioxide in large quantities in a short amount of time, which could be an effective solution for our world.
So algae can really help us tackle such a severe carbon emission problem?
That's right. So algae here, they have a photosynthesis efficiency is high and their growth rate is rapid. So they are more efficient at absorbing carbon dioxide at a short period than land plants. That's why we're focusing on the algae for our carbon sequestration research.
Are these algae really that amazing? How do they do it?
Well, it's all thanks to photosynthesis. So the algae absorb the carbon dioxide through photosynthesis and convert it into biomass and also oxygen. Well, in this process, the carbon gets fixed in the algae's biomass.
So the carbon sequestration process in algae is similar to how forest absorbs carbon dioxide, but faster.
Exactly. Well, the algae grow much faster than land plants and they have fewer environmental requirements. So they can grow in seawater, freshwater, and or even wastewater. So because of that, they can absorb a huge amount of carbon dioxide in a short time.
So algae's rapid growth is key to their carbon absorption. Well, I think that's a smart design.
Yeah, me too. I think so. So, but there's another key factor. So choosing the right strains of algae. Not all algae are efficient at photosynthesis. So that's why we need to use DNA sequencing technology here, as you can see, to select the best algae strains for carbon sequestration.
DNA sequencing? How does that help us select the right algae?
Well, by using genomics, we can sequence the algae's genome and then identify it and select genes related to efficiency photosynthesis, rapid growth, and also carbon absorption. This allows us to select the algae strains that perform best in carbon sequestration. For example, we can select the algae strains which have higher Rubisco gene expression, as it is one of the main enzymes needed in the Calvin cycle to fix carbon.
Okay, so algae's genome actually contains the code that determines their carbon absorption ability.
Well, nearly correct. So this technology helps us select the most suitable algae strains more accurately, improving the efficiency of the carbon sequestration. Through genetic sequencing, we can also understand how algae perform photosynthesis and even genetically modify them to grow under more extreme environmental conditions, furthermore increasing their carbon absorption capacity.
Well, that's some advanced technology. So will algae genomics help advance carbon sequestration as a whole new thing?
Absolutely. So here, you can see the study of the algae genomics is opening up new possibilities.
Okay.
As genetic engineering advances, we can even modify algae genes to make them more efficient at absorbing carbon dioxide. So this not only supports our research, but also paves the way for large-scale application in the future. Here, so this device is called a photobioreactor. a vesicle specifically designed to cultivate algae. We supply light, carbon dioxide, and also nutrients to help the algae grow rapidly inside.
How does this setup work? Could every factory install one to reduce emissions?
While the photobioreactor is a closed system, so we can have a better control of conditions related to algae growth such as pH, temperature, light, and others. Their main setup consists of the agitator, the sparger, and also the control system. The agitator is a mechanical device that mixes the contents to ensure uniform distribution of nutrients and cells. The sparger's main job is to pump air or carbon dioxide into the liquid culture to maintain the proper aeration. The control system controls and monitors the whole system. So we channel the carbon dioxide emissions from factories into the bioreactor and algae will absorb it, which will convert it into a biomass. This biomass can be further processed into biofuels, fertilizers, or animal feed. That way, we not only reduce emissions but also make use of the carbon resources.
Well, that's multifunctional. So this algae not only absorb carbon dioxide but also turn into useful resources. Is this technology already being used in industry?
Yes, in fact, some power plants and also factories are already channeling their emissions directly into the photobioreactors, while algae will absorb the carbon dioxide right away. But however, industrial scale applications are still very limited, well, mainly due to cost and also technical strategies and challenges.
Technical challenges?
Mm-hmm.
What kind of challenges are we facing?
Well, the advantages of this technology are very clear. So the algae's carbon absorption efficiency is very high and it has a diverse use. Plus, it can help reduce water pollution. Well, for example, some wastewater treatment facilities like here use algae to clean nitrogen and also phosphorus from the water, while the algae also absorb carbon dioxide from the wastewater.
That sounds great, but you mentioned technical challenges.
Yes. So first, building and maintaining this photobioreactor is very expensive. Well, especially when trying to make them work efficiently on an industrial scale. Well, it is also a labor extensive to prevent membrane fouling. Additionally, algae's growth rate is impacted by environmental factors like light intensity and also their temperature. Well, if there's not enough light or bad weather, photosynthesis efficiency will decrease.
So cost and environmental conditions are the main challenges.
Mm-hmm.
But do you think that this technology can overcome these limitations?
Well, that's exactly what we're working on. We're trying to different methods to lower costs, well, such as using LED lights to provide a stable light source, and even exploring ways to integrate artificial intelligence with AI to automatically adjust light and carbon dioxide supply. Well, although we still need to find a suitable algae for the purpose of the carbon sequestration.
So we still have some time to optimize this technology before it becomes more widely used.
Yes, but we're already making progress. So many startups and research institutions are also investing in this. And we expect that in the next 5 to 10 years, this technology will see a broader applications, especially as the global carbon neutrality goals advance.
I really hope to see these technologies become mainstream so that every factory could install a photobioreactor that will really help mitigate carbon emissions, right?
Definitely. So if the algae-based carbon sequestration technology is applied globally, we could see a significant reduction in carbon dioxide emissions. but it will take a policy support and more investment. At the same time, we hope to raise awareness of the algae's potential so we can accelerate the adoption of this technology.
So, Benedict,
Mhm.
I really feel the importance of this research now. But maybe one day we can rely on algae and this technology to make the earth cleaner.
I believe we will. And with these new researchers like you coming in the future, carbon neutrality looks brighter. Well, let's work hard together.
Yes, so I'm very determined to learn and contribute to carbon neutrality.
We need to cut emissions, and it don't be
So I'm very determined to learn and contribute to carbon neutrality. How did they do it?
我忘记放哦，在我的